When drafting an international employment contract, it's essential to clarify work localization. Employees may be required to work in various locations, such as foreign branches or construction sites, depending on business needs. The contract must specify whether these relocations are temporary or permanent and include details about who covers relocation expenses and potential benefits like housing or travel allowances. Additionally, the contract should allow for flexibility regarding future relocations with reasonable notice for the employee. This helps minimize disruptions and ensures smooth transitions. Reimbursement for work-related travel expenses such as accommodation or transportation must also be clearly outlined to avoid any misunderstandings. Given the complexity of international contracts, especially across different jurisdictions, it is important to include clauses that specify which laws apply and how disputes will be resolved, ensuring both employer and employee are protected. A trial period is a key component of an international employment contract, allowing both parties to assess their compatibility before committing long-term. Typically lasting between 3 and 6 months, this period gives employers time to evaluate the employee's performance and allows the employee to determine if the job aligns with their expectations. The contract should clearly define the terms for early termination during the probationary period, ensuring that both parties can exit the relationship with reasonable notice if necessary. This is particularly important in senior positions where an early termination could significantly impact both parties. Additionally, regular performance evaluations may be conducted during this period, and these should be detailed in the contract. This transparency ensures that the employee understands company expectations and can address any performance issues early on. Establishing a transparent compensation structure is critical in international employment contracts. This should include a base salary and additional benefits such as expatriation allowances or bonuses linked to performance. The contract must specify the payment method, the currency used, and if the salary will be adjusted for inflation or local economic conditions. Bonuses should be clearly tied to both individual and company performance, and any allowances like housing or transportation should be detailed. For expatriates, the contract should also cover allowances for periodic travel back to their home country, ensuring the employee stays connected with their family, contributing to their well-being and productivity. Overtime compensation, if applicable, should also be explicitly outlined, specifying the conditions under which overtime is recognized and compensated in line with local laws. The terms for terminating an international employment contract must be clearly defined. The contract should state the notice period required, which may vary based on the employee's role and tenure. Written communication of the termination, including reasons and effective dates, is essential to prevent misunderstandings. For terminations due to just cause, the contract should define what constitutes serious violations, protecting both parties. It's also important to address termination in exceptional cases like project closures or force majeure events. The contract should also specify any severance pay or other compensation owed upon termination, ensuring compliance with local laws and providing a smooth transition for the employee. Health insurance is typically mandated by local laws, and it's crucial for international contracts to ensure that coverage meets the employee's home country standards. Additional medical benefits such as dental or vision care should also be clearly defined. The contract should cover workplace accident and disability insurance as well as mental health support through employee assistance programs, EAP, which can help employees adapt to new cultural and professional environments. Family-related benefits such as education expenses for children or paid family leave are particularly important for expatriates and can significantly ease the transition into a new country. Non-compete clauses and confidentiality obligations are essential for protecting the company's interests. These clauses must be clearly defined, specifying duration, geographic scope, and compensation where applicable. Non-compete clauses should be limited in scope to avoid being overly restrictive, while confidentiality clauses must clearly outline what constitutes confidential information and the consequences of breaches. This ensures both the company's sensitive information is protected and the employee understands their responsibilities. Finally, these clauses must comply with local regulations in the country where the contract is enforced, ensuring they are valid and enforceable. Ensuring compliance with both local and international regulations is crucial in any international employment contract. This includes adhering to laws regarding workplace safety, workers' rights, tax regulations, and data protection. For data protection, it's essential to ensure that employee data is handled according to both local laws and the employer's home country standards, such as GDPR, including clauses that allow for contract adjustments due to changes in local or international regulations ensures long-term compliance and protects both parties from future disputes. It's also important to specify the applicable law and jurisdiction for dispute resolution to avoid potential conflicts.